I've said this before, generational wealth is a myth. And the reason why it's a myth is because, first of all, most people won't make enough money to pass down to their kids for it to be anything substantial. You might give them a boost, you might give them a slight benefit, but it's probably not going to be something so great that they're set for life. That's the first thing. Second thing, if you did have enough money to pass down to your kids where they'd be set for life, like if you're Bill Gates and you can give your kids like hypothetically $1 billion or a few million, and they hypothetically could be set for life, the problem with that is when you don't earn things, you don't value things. And if you don't value it, it's easy to lose it. I'm going to share a short story. I used to work at a law firm, and there was a gentleman that used to be technically a client at this law firm. I don't want to get super deep into the details, but I think his mom or his aunt or a close relative, to my understanding, was extremely wealthy in Loudoun County. Extremely wealthy, like super, 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 super wealthy. She passed away, and she left him a lot of money. He didn't earn the money. He just got the money as an inheritance. This dude was on drugs all the time. He would blow through the money rapidly. I remember the lawyers would sit there and tell me like, oh, he's back again for more money. Because I think they had it like in a trust, and he had to ask the law firm for permission to get access to the trust. And there was a certain amount of money I think he was paid by default, I think every month or so. But he would burn through it so quickly. Now, this is a dude who inherited millions, life-changing money, money that could lead to generational wealth. But the issue is that he had never earned the money, so he didn't value the money. And because he didn't value the money, he spent the money quickly. And not only did he spend the money quickly, he spent it on things that were hazardous to his health. I bring this up because a lot of people, they say they want generational wealth for their kids. If your kids didn't earn the money, they're going to blow the money. So my question to you, for the people who want this generational wealth, would you voluntarily give your kids, say, $10 million if you had it, if you knew they were going to spend that $10 million snorting stuff up their nose? Like, this is a serious question. If you were to give your kid $10 million and your son or daughter said, thanks, mom or dad, I'm going to take this and I'm going to blow it on certain drugs in the next year, and in a year I'll lose it all, would you still give them that money? If you're a responsible parent, hopefully your answer is no. So why are you feeding into this generational wealth stuff? You're feeding into it because you've heard other people say it, because it sounds like a great idea, but you never really thought it through. You never really thought about like what could happen. I've always said the true generational wealth is the knowledge you give to your kids. If you give your kids good information, if you give your kids good values, if you give your kids good strategies to succeed in life, that's all the wealth they'll need. If you were someone who's a multimillionaire and you gave your kid on their 18th birthday, hypothetically, all the knowledge you had in your brain, then they'd probably be a multimillionaire in like a year or so. What better gift to give to your kids than information and knowledge? But the problem is that in society, people don't value knowledge. They don't value information. So they just think about the money. And this is the problem with society in general. They think, oh, if I just get money, I'll have my problem solved. This is incorrect. Same with like lottery winners. When you see people win the lottery, I think most lottery winners, like 80% or 90%, after about a year or two of winning the lottery, they go bankrupt. And I've seen situations where those lottery winners end up worse off than they were when they started. The reason is because they didn't learn how to spend money, because they didn't earn money. They don't value it the way it's meant to be valued. Giving people things does not make their lives better. It's like the expression says, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Show a man how to fish, he'll eat forever. I think that's more or less the expression, but you get what I mean. So this gentleman, as a renter, you cannot pass down your house to your kids generation after generation. Good. I don't want to. If my kids need me to pass down their house, then they don't need a house. They need to learn how to buy their own house.